Hi, today I'd like to talk about how slowing down has changed how I experience everything. First, to start, what I mean by that is that maturing is softness. And, you know, growing up, you and I definitely have been instilled with the idea that maturity is an emotional hardness. You need to act your age. You need to stop crying this way. You're not this age. And so on. And the only thing that really leads you to doing is repressing what you're feeling, because emotions, they don't go away. And I know you know that. Because you still feel them, don't you? Later. They don't disappear. They grow roots. And it's so important to nurture them. And it's so important to not punish yourself for feeling what you're feeling. And I feel like I recently realized that maturity, to me, is softness. And it is treating yourself with grace, being graceful to your emotions, and letting yourself feel these things through. Because it really only just creates a more stable ground for you to continue your life. I feel like I often tied my self-worth to what I was doing, and that led me to wanting to do things quickly. I need to get this done, I need to get this done. If I finished one thing, I wasn't proud of it. I looked at it and I was like, it was relief. I was relieved and I was like, okay, next. And it just keeps on going like that. And I'm not gonna say that I do not still think that way. Actually, like today, making my to-do, I was like, that was literally my thought process. And I'm still trying to fix that, but I am aware of it now. And it just feels much nicer. Emotional hardness does not equal strength. Strength is being able to hold those emotions, feel them through, but not be crushed by them. It is to recognize it. Like hardness would just be to repress it. And though you may seem like you have just been able to go past it without exploding or feeling an overwhelming amount of emotions, but it's not gonna go away. How I discovered this softness was through pain. And you all have it, we all have it. It's underneath everything. It's the little kid that cried. It's the little kid within you. I'm using this image because for a while now, I feel like I always come to this image of a little me coming up to me now, and I'm just hugging her, and I feel like I would be leaning on her for support much more than she would be on me. Growth isn't linear, and I'm just gonna say that now, just because, though I'm saying this, I'm still actively trying to implement it into my life. But just the beginning of it has changed so much with how I view my pain. And I recognized that yesterday. I had a pretty bad night, and I was having some dark thoughts. And what made me really cry was when I got up and I looked in the mirror and I was just telling myself, I was like, there was a little you. There was a little you. And I just imagined it in my face, and that just sent me to tears, but not from pain. It was just from straight tenderness. The tenderness that a mother gives her sick child. The way she caresses her child's head and holds her child. That's what I felt. And it sent me into tears because I was like, I just saw myself stripped down. Ugh. See, even that thought of that just makes me so learning softness through pain. Last year, I had a pretty depressive episode, but I viewed it in a completely different way. It was so dark and it was so scary, and all of the negativity was phased inwards. And I mean, I think that's typical with depression, but I was just filled with so much self-hatred, and it was so scary because I didn't know what to do. And when I started to get better later on in the year, I remember just thinking about how I felt then, and I just cried and cried and cried. It's just sympathizing and pitying yourself, but not in a bad way. You know, I feel like in those scenarios, that is what takes you the farthest. It's realizing and seeing and genuinely feeling how low that you were. Taking that and looking back at it and not beating yourself up for it. Maturity and my personal age, right now I'm 18, it can be pretty confusing just because I would consider myself emotionally deep. But I don't want to push myself into prematurely being finished, because I feel like often I tie the two, because I've been told that I am mature or that I'm wise for my age, and it's not something that I react super well to, just because in my head that just means, oh, so I'm done. I'm done and I don't know anything. I don't know anything at all. But I think what it really is growing up and maturing is being softer, and that is what I have come to now at 18, and maybe in a couple of years from now it will, I don't necessarily think it'll change, but it itself will grow and mature into something else. A way that you can slow down and embrace the softness is by letting your interior self exist in your outer world without being ashamed of it. It's not emotionally dumping, but it's letting it exist through your words, letting it thrive, basically. Like you shouldn't hide it, because that is a part of being present, and being present slows everything down. I feel like today everything moves so fast. Like the sun sets at 4:30 and it's cold as hell, so I feel like already it's like, damn, my day's done. But waking up early also has helped me out with that side note. But being present is what slows it down and makes it memorable. And that's the most important part, is because we've all been told that life moves faster the older you get. Forgetting these pivotal years of your life is probably the most shameful thing you can do. You'll think back on it and think, oh, what a shame. Because even now, sometimes I think back on the summers that I had where I absolutely just fully bedrotted and I don't remember half my days, most of my days, weeks at a time. And I think, oh, what a shame. Why did I do that? A part of how you can do that is by not pushing past whatever it is that you feel. It's taking it, dissecting it, and seeing where exactly it came from and what can you do to fix it. And if you can't fix it, that's okay. Just look at it and recognize it. That might be the first step, unknowingly. When you're in this moment and you're unmasking what it is that's underneath, you're not slowing down. You're not going backwards. It might feel that way if you're the type of person that is like, what's next? What's next? What's next? You're expanding your inner world. You're integrating it into your life today. You're integrating it into who you are today and who you are going to be tomorrow. There's nothing more true than letting your inner world exist on your outer shell. That's what I feel like I am trying to do. Before I thought it was, I need to transform. I need to be better. I need to like glow up. I need to have a transformation, be a new person. But what I was chasing was integrating what's inside to the outside. I craved fulfillment, but my fulfillment came from the inside. I think seeing how badly I just wanted to free myself from the confinement that I created, that certain societal values have created, is really what did it for me. After noticing that I was at my highest points of happiness, highest points of gratitude after a good long period of being in the dark, in the trenches, in my own abyss. And it was because I let myself feel then. Although I'm not saying to fall into an abyss, do not do that. Growth is what came from it. It's because I did feel, but not to that, it should not be to that extent now. It's just taking what it is that I feel in that moment, allowing it to exist, allowing it to breathe in my space, and growing from it. Learning how I can live my life with it and not hiding it away, because I don't deserve that, and neither do you. I don't want to ramble on too long. So how exactly, shortly, did my experiences and life view change with slowing down and accepting a slowness as maturity? It was awareness. It was processing. So with my speed slowing down, my reactions to things slowing down, my awareness went up. Instead of over-explaining and just focused on exactly what I was going to say and providing a certain hardness, an emotional hardness to my answer, I let myself feel, and I respond more clearly and more truthfully, and that is the most important part. And I now also know that my pain is not my identity. That intensity is not what is true. It is what I'm feeling, and I'm gonna take the shape of it, but I'm not gonna get crushed by it, and neither should you. So much easier said than done, and I know that, but first step is giving yourself grace and seeing that you deserve to feel it through, and you should feel it through. For the sake of being human, you feel. Anyway, that's all. Thank you so much for listening. If you clicked on this video and watched all the way through, and let's have a conversation in the comments. Bye.